Hey everyone! We all look forward to taking a break, right? But sometimes, figuring out all the rules to get there can feel a little complicated. So in this quick guide, we're going to break down the company's vacation policy piece by piece, so you know exactly how to make the most of every single hour of your well-deserved time off. Let's dive in. So, are you already picturing your next vacation? Maybe it's a sunny beach, a trip to the mountains, or hey, maybe just a relaxing week on the couch. Whatever it is, let's get right into it and figure out exactly how those hours you work turn into some serious time off.
All right, first things first, and this is especially for anyone who's kind of new here. How do you actually earn that very first vacation? It all starts with one key concept. And that concept is seniority. Now I know it sounds a little formal, but it's actually super simple. Seniority is just what we call it when you become officially eligible for benefits, like paid vacation. And it all kicks in right after you finish your initial probationary period.
So, what are we talking about here? How long is that period? It's 90 days. Just 90 days. You can think of it as your settling in phase, getting the hang of things. Once you hit that mark, congrats, you've got seniority, and you officially start earning that vacation time.
Okay, so you've got seniority. Now what? How do those hours start piling up? Well, the main rule is pretty obvious. You've got to be actively at work, but, and this is important, there are some key exceptions. If you're on a protected leave like FMLA or short-term disability for up to 90 days, those hours still count towards your vacation. And here's a big one to remember. For any given month to count, you have to work at least 40 hours. Oh, and if you start partway through the year, no worries. Your vacation is just prorated. Simple as that.
All right, so you've earned your first chunk of vacation time. That's awesome, but honestly, this is where it gets really good. The longer you're with us, the more it pays off. Let's jump into how your vacation time grows over the years.
Okay, take a look at this chart. This is really the heart of the whole policy. You'll see some pretty big jumps here. After your first year, your vacation time doubles from 20 hours to 40. Then, check this out. At 3 years, you're getting 80 hours. That's 2 full weeks off. Then, at 5 years, it jumps again to 100 hours. This is how we say thank you for your commitment.
And here's another way to look at it. This chart really drives the point home. Think about it. By the time you hit your 5-year anniversary, you're getting 100 hours. That's 2.5 weeks of paid time off. And for our folks who've been here for the long haul, hitting that 15-year mark, we're talking 160 hours. That is a full month of paid vacation every single year. That's a huge thank you for your dedication.
So, you know how much time you've got banked. The big question is, how do you actually book it? Well, the main way we do this is through the annual vacation plan. It's designed to be as fair and organized as possible for the whole team.
Okay, you might want to grab a calendar for this one, because these dates are key. The most important time of year for vacation planning is December, the whole month. Starting on December 1st, we send out the schedules for the entire next year, so you can put in your requests. You've got until the 31st to get them in, and then the final, locked-in schedule is posted for everyone to see by January 15th. The process itself is actually pretty straightforward. When you get that schedule in December, take a look. And let me give you a little pro tip here. Don't just put down 1 week. By listing your first, second, and third choice of weeks, you seriously bump up your chances of getting a week you'll love. Just make sure you get it submitted in writing before that December 31st deadline.
Okay, so what happens when, say, you and a coworker both want that super popular week in the middle of July? Well, this is where that word seniority comes back in a big way. It's the tiebreaker. The employee who's been with the company longer gets priority. It's the fairest system we have for handling those competing requests.
But, life happens. It doesn't always follow a neat annual plan, right? Sometimes you need time off unexpectedly. So let's talk about how we handle those last-minute requests and, those real emergencies.
This is probably one of the most important things to get straight. There are 2 totally different ways to ask for time off. The annual plan in December, that's your golden ticket. It's based on seniority and it's how you lock in and guarantee your spot. But last-minute requests, that's a different ballgame. It's purely first come, first served, and it all depends on whether there's an open slot on the schedule.
Now, for those real I can't plan for this moments, we have a safety net. If you're eligible, you can use up to 48 hours of your vacation as something we call EVAC, which stands for Emergency Vacation.
Let's quickly run through the rules for EVAC, because they're a little different. It's used in full-day chunks. And here's the absolute best part. Using EVAC does not count as an occurrence against the attendance policy. That is a huge benefit. Just remember two things. You can't use it right before or after a holiday, and you have to call in no later than 30 minutes before your shift starts. It's a great tool for when life just happens.
All right, we're almost there. We've covered how to earn your time and the main ways to use it. Let's finish up with some of the fine print, those extra details that are really important to know.
So to make sure everything keeps running smoothly for everyone, there's a limit on how many people can be out at once. On any given shift in any specific classification, a maximum of 10% of employees can be on vacation at the same time. And that, right there, is another reason why getting your requests in during that December window is so valuable.
Okay, this next one can be a little confusing, so let's make it super clear. It's about long-term disability, or LTD. Scenario 1. If you go on LTD and end up leaving the company later, you don't earn vacation in that final year. But Scenario 2, if you go on LTD and then you come back to work, you absolutely do earn your vacation for the year you return.
So, what happens if you get to the end of the year and you have vacation time you didn't use? Now, we really want you to take your breaks and recharge, but any time you've earned but haven't actually applied for isn't just going to disappear. It gets paid out to you at the end of the vacation year.
And just a few last key details to wrap things up. First, once your vacation is on the books and approved, you're the only one who can cancel it. Second, if you decide to move on from the company after your first 90 days, any vacation time you've earned but haven't used will be paid out. And finally, in the unfortunate event of an employee's passing, that vacation pay goes to their estate.
And there you have it. That's everything you need to know about our vacation policy. Look, you work hard every day, and you've absolutely earned this time to unplug, to recharge, to go on an adventure, whatever it is you want to do. So the only question left is, where are you going to go?